Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Apocalypse Rising 2. Today's episode is going to be like any other episode. I'm just going to be doing a small video on tips and tricks for AR2. 3 Swords Katana is going to be helping me in some of the stunts and be pulling, and I just want to thank him for that.
Hello.
I'm just going to be going over some, basic combat techniques and some basic looting techniques. With that, let's get into the first thing. So my main number one rule is do not shoot at zombies, because when you shoot at zombies, it attracts players all around. For example, it's just so much easier to knife them and kill them, because obviously you're not alerting anybody nearby. Like say somebody was at heli crash and I was shooting at zombies, it would attract them to my position and then I'd be screwed. Another tip that goes along with that is sometimes you will have to shoot at zombies if they group up in more than 3. So try not to allow them to group up in more than 3 zombies, or else you will have to shoot and risk your position. So my next part is also going to start in first person combat and third person combat and the difference between the both. So for example, see how I have a scope on my PKM. If Chicken was over there and I would have to shoot at him, obviously I'm not going to go into third person combat because I would miss most of my shots. It would be better if I went into first person and I shot towards him using my scope. I would land way more shots and have a higher chance of killing him. So an example for third person shooting, say Chicken was rushing me. Obviously I don't want to aim because I could miss all my shots as he's moving around my cursor. So if I'm shooting this way, I'm going to miss most of my shots. If I was in third person, I can control it more using my crosshairs to aim at his head and at his body. It's also really important to move around as you're shooting them because you're less likely to be hit and less likely to die in general. Another good habit to learn is to definitely health boost before you rush somebody. If you're going into combat somebody firsthand or in close combat, be sure to health boost because it'll allow you to not die as quickly. Also for close range combat, I also suggest if you change your crosshair colors to a different color. Maybe change it to something that stands out from the environment, like a light green like mine, or maybe purple or red. It'll just make it easier to land headshots when you're in close range, and yeah, just overall improve your combat abilities. Oh, yep, that just happened. Hurry up, he's rushing.
Oh, I see him.
So I might as well get into the next part of my recording, which is going to be looting. So as you can see, I'm approaching this building. Now with the zombies dead, I can see some things that I want to loot, like this box, for example. If I search the box, it takes a while to load, but eventually once I open it, you can see the things inside. So something very important when looting is to not take anything that you don't necessarily need. So say I have a snub nose and I grab some ammo for model 29. It's not necessary because I have a snub nose and I don't have a model 29. As you can see, if I loot this kitchen, there's obviously food and health inside. It's always good to have health, and I usually carry at least 4 small med kits just in case I get into combat, which I think is a good amount. It's also good to carry health boosters and stamina boosters just in case you're low on food or you need to get into a combat situation. Another thing to acknowledge is also food and drinks. It's really important not to have at least more than 3 food items and 3 drink items in your inventory. As you can see, there's only a limited amount of space, and these take up quite an amount of space. Also, another thing is your bag. Always make sure to look in big cases like this or in little like boxes. You can usually find a bag. It's also good to acknowledge how much capacity your bag can carry. As you can see, the rucksack can carry 32 spaces, which is really good for what I have now. As you start to loot up, it's always good to acknowledge the fact that you have limited space and to get a bigger bag to carry more items. As you can see, I found this bag here, which carries vintage Soviet pack, which is 40 capacity. As I take it, you can see that my capacity becomes bigger and I can put more items down here. So it's always good to know your loot. It's also good to know how to loot a building. As you can see with this house, I usually come down here, look for some snacks, and then come down here right away. As you can see, I found the bag right here, so I was really happy to find a bigger bag than this one. Also here, there are some military Soviet weapon crates that I could use to get a primary weapon. Because I'm fresh and I have basically nothing, it's always good to at least have a primary weapon just in case I get into combat. So as you can see, I found an M1 Garanit, and it's good to keep this for now. Eventually, I will get a better weapon, so I'm going to use this for now just in case you get into combat. Always remember to load your weapon as soon as you get it because it's never loaded when you pick it up. As you can see, I'm here at coastal bunkers. It's always good to have a mental note where everything is. Because I come here mostly all the time, I know that an oil filter usually spawns on this shelf right here. I also know it's good to look out for boxes like this and like this. As you can see, I found an SKS in this box. So if I'm fresh, I would gladly take it. These boxes are Soviet ammo crates, which carry ammo for AKs and other Soviet weapons. It's always good to have a mental note of things like that, just in case you're running low on ammunition. It's always good to check things like that. As you can see in my health bar, my thirst is rather low. Pretend I don't have this drink and I'm in desperate need of a drink. I could take the stamina booster and I'll be just fine until I find a drink. Because I play this game so frequently, I know that right here, usually a PKM spawns in this specific box. I also know that another vintage Soviet pack spawns here as well. Most of the time, usually AK ammo spawns here, and an AK spawns in here as well, or along with the SKS or an AKM. Okay, well that works. As you can see there, I forgot to take a stamina booster, which could have cost me my life. So this guy's accusing me of hacking. So I mean, oh well. Now I have his bag. See, this guy had some rather decent stuff for me. He had an XM, an AK set, an AKM, and a guitar case with the 48 capacity. Okay, well, I got rushed again. Goodness gracious. Can I please record? In my opinion, this is like one of my good loadouts. As you can see, I have a primary, I have a couple secondaries, I have water and plenty of food, and also a health booster. This inventory needs some proper rearrangement, but I think I'll get that fixed in a bit.
Oh my god.
Oh my goodness, dude. I just got rushed by 2 guys.
Whoa.
I was mid-recording. Now I have an AKM, an XM, and a guitar case.
Hello.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
You have an XM?
The XM
so
has
which one
no
do you
ammo.
want? 'Cause
I don't think guns are bad in my opinion. I think it could just be the player's skill. After watching this video, I hope you learned a lot of new things that will help you accomplish better kills and better techniques in combat. Some things I just want to go over before we end the video is always get a MAC 10. MAC 10 is like one of my best secondaries. It's one of the best secondaries in game. Never combat log. I would highly suggest recording because there's obviously a lot of hackers in this game, and it'd be really cool if you can record your content to show if somebody's hacking or not. Number 1, do not exploit, please. This is a brand new game and I really enjoy playing it. Please do not exploit. Also, when you do get into combat situations, don't panic. If you're getting shot at, just try and be more rational and be smart about it. After, say you just killed a whole Zerg at Ashland. After you finish looting, be sure to run away because they're most likely on their way back. It's always good to keep moving and to stay on your feet. Also, play safe. If you feel like you can't take the 6-man enable, then don't go for it. And the number 1 rule that I have is please subscribe to my YouTube channel because I'm a small channel and I would really appreciate the support. I feel I did a good job on this video and I hope you also like this video. I would greatly appreciate it because you know what happens if you don't like my video and subscribe to my YouTube channel. That's me outside. But other than that, you guys have a great rest of your day. I hope you learned something and yeah, see you later.